shall we find so much of dependence. In love, thraldom is as glorious as freedom. The Vaishnava religion has boldly declared that God has bound himself to man, and in that consists the greatest joy of human existence. In the spell of the wonderful rhythm of the finite, he fetters himself at every step, and thus gives his love out in music, in his most perfect lyrics of beauty. Beauty is his wooing of our heart. It can have no other purpose. It tells us everywhere that the display of power is not the ultimate meaning of creation. Wherever there is a bit of colour, a note of song, a grace of form, there comes the call for our love. Hunger compels us to obey its behests, but hunger is not the last word for a man. There have been men who have deliberately defied its commands to show that the human soul is not to be led by the pressure of wants and threat of pain. In fact, to live the life of man, we have to resist its demands every day, the least of us as well as the greatest. But on the other hand, there is a beauty in the world which never insults our freedom, never raises even its little finger to make us acknowledge its sovereignty. We can absolutely ignore it and suffer no penalty in consequence. It is a call to us, but not a command. It seeks for love in us, and love can never be had by compulsion. Compulsion is not indeed the final appeal to man, but joy is. Any joy is everywhere. It is in the earth's green covering of grass, in the blue serenity of the sky, in the reckless exuberance of spring, in the severe abstinence of the grey winter, in the living flesh that animates our bodily frame, in the perfect poise of the human figure, noble and upright, in living, in fighting evils, in the acquisition of knowledge, in dying for gains we never can share. Joy is there, everywhere. It is superfluous, unnecessary. Nay, it very often contradicts the most peremptory behests of necessity. It exists to show that the bonds of law can only be explained by love, that they are like body and soul. Joy is the realization of the truth of oneness, the oneness of our soul with the world, and of the world soul with the supreme lover. So ends Realization in Love.